The first thing I noticed was the silence. It was a silence so profound, so complete, that it pressed in on me like a physical weight. Gone was the familiar hum of traffic, the distant rumble of airplanes, the comforting murmur of human voices. There was only an eerie, unbroken stillness. It was the silence of a world that had ended, a world that I, inexplicably, was still a part of. The sunlight filtering through my window seemed alien, wrong, in this new reality. It illuminated dust motes dancing in the air, each particle a tiny monument to the emptiness that surrounded me. The air itself felt different, heavy with the absence of human life. It was as if the very planet was holding its breath, waiting for something that would never come. I stumbled to my window, the silence pressing in on me, amplifying the pounding of my heart. The street below, normally a bustling artery of city life, was deserted. Cars sat abandoned in the middle of the road, their doors left open as if their occupants had simply vanished into thin air. A wave of dizziness washed over me. I gripped the windowsill, my knuckles turning white. What had happened? Where was everyone? The first few days were a blur of disbelief and disorientation. I wandered through the empty streets, calling out for other survivors, hoping for some sign, any sign that I wasn't alone, but my voice was met only with silence, echoing off the deserted buildings like a mournful cry. Survival instincts, raw and primal, began to kick in. I scavenged for food and water, raiding abandoned supermarkets and homes. The world was a cornucopia of readily available resources, yet each bite was tinged with the bitter aftertaste of solitude. As the sun dipped below the horizon each night, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, a crushing loneliness descended. I realized that I wasn't just alone in this world, I was alone in the universe. The silence was more than just the absence of sound. It was the absence of laughter, of conversation, of human connection. It was a constant reminder of the world I had lost, the world that would never be again. Days bled into weeks, and the weight of my solitude grew heavier with each passing hour. I found myself talking to myself, just to hear the sound of a human voice. I yearned for someone to share a meal with, to tell stories to simply sit in comfortable silence with. The human mind is not meant to endure such profound isolation. Cracks began to appear in my sanity. I saw shadows moving in the periphery, heard phantom whispers in the dead of night. I was haunted by the ghosts of memories, both real and imagined. With each passing day, the world around me began to transform. Nature, no longer bound by the constraints of human activity, began to reclaim its dominion. Vines snaked up the sides of buildings, their emerald tendrils slowly enveloping the concrete jungle. Trees sprouted from cracks in the pavement, their roots tearing at the asphalt like slumbering giants awakening. I wandered through deserted museums and art galleries, surrounded by the ghosts of human creativity. Masterpieces that had once inspired awe now hung forgotten, their beauty a painful reminder of all that had been lost. In these monuments to human achievement, I felt the full weight of my solitude, a single flickering candle in the vast darkness. The world's infrastructure, once a testament to human ingenuity, began to crumble without the constant care of its creators. Power grids flickered and died, plunging the world into darkness. Water systems failed, turning once bustling cities into arid wastelands. The delicate balance of civilization, so painstakingly maintained, was unraveling thread by thread. Yet, amidst the decay, there was an undeniable beauty. The air, once thick with pollutants, was now crisp and clean. The stars, hidden for centuries by the glow of city lights, blazed across the night sky with breathtaking brilliance. Nature, in its relentless and unforgiving way, was healing the wounds inflicted by humanity. There were times, in the depths of my loneliness, that I clung to the faintest glimmer of hope. Perhaps I wasn't truly alone. Perhaps somewhere in the vastness of this silent world, other survivors were out there clinging to existence just as I was. The thought, however improbable, was a lifeline in a sea of despair. I imagined finding them, a small band of humans united against all odds. We would rebuild, learn from the mistakes of the past, create a new future. It was a naive dream, perhaps, but it gave me a reason to keep going, a purpose in a world seemingly devoid of both. The more I explored the remnants of human civilization, the more I grappled with the enormity of our loss. Libraries filled with the accumulated knowledge of centuries lay abandoned, their pages turning to dust. Scientific breakthroughs, technological marvels, artistic masterpieces, all gone, wiped away as if they had never been. The weight of this legacy, the responsibility of being the sole custodian of all that humanity had ever achieved, was almost unbearable. What was the point of it all? I wondered, if there was no one to share it with, no one to carry it forward. As the years turned into decades, I found a strange solace in my solitude. The silence, once deafening, became a familiar companion. The emptiness, once terrifying, became a canvas upon which I could paint my own reality. I built a life for myself amidst the ruins, a simple existence sustained by the land and fueled by the remnants of a lost civilization. I learned to find joy in the smallest of things. The warmth of the sun on my face, the taste of fresh berries, the sight of a bird in flight. In the grand tapestry of the cosmos, human existence is but a fleeting thread. We build our empires, write our stories, love, lose, and ultimately fade away. Yet in that fleeting moment of existence, we have the power to touch the universe, to leave our mark on the fabric of reality. As I stand on the precipice of oblivion, the last echo of a species that once dreamed of reaching for the stars, I am filled not with despair, but with a profound sense of wonder, for in the face of extinction I have discovered the most important truth of all, that to exist, even for the briefest of moments, is a miracle, a gift to be cherished. The universe is vast, filled with an infinite number of possibilities. And while humanity's story may have come to an end, the story of existence goes on. If you enjoyed this mind-blowing scenario, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more amazing content from Ace Ed.